Good afternoon. My name is Bonnie Faulkner. I'm the principal here at Campbell Elementary School. With me, I have the kindergarten teachers and our school nurse. We're going to share some important information about kindergarten at the Campbell School as you get ready to register your child. I'm going to take a moment to let the teachers introduce themselves, and then we'll move on to the presentation.
Hi, I'm Betsy Kusa, the nurse here at the Campbell Elementary, and most call me Nurse Betsy.
Hi, my name is Sarah DeCorpo. I'm a kindergarten teacher here at the Campbell in room B2.
Hi, I'm Sophie Hogue. I'm the kindergarten teacher here in B3.
Hi, I'm Patty Bergeron, kindergarten teacher in B4.
Hi, I'm Kara Thiel. I'm the kindergarten teacher in B5.
So next we're going to watch the presentation, and there'll be an opportunity to ask questions at a later date. Our agenda for the evening, I will be talking about the welcome and the overview, and then we're going to have some of the kindergarten teachers just give you an overview of a day of the life of a kindergartner here at Campbell. Ms. Hogue is going to be discussing Reader's Workshop and Writer's Workshop, and then Nurse Betsy is going to wrap up with health and medical registration information. So this is our vision statement and our mission statement for Drake Public Schools. You'll see this in the student handbook as well as on our school website. I'm not going to read it to you. I'll let you take a moment to read it to yourselves. And this will be something you'll have access to all throughout your time here at Campbell. This is some important information. You see my name, our school nurse, Ms. Kusa, and our school secretary is Mrs. Lazat. Our assistant principal this year is Ms. Lindsay Howe, and our lead teacher is Mrs. Annette Romano. It lists our kindergarten teachers again, and our school hours and our school telephone number below. So there are going to be 2 times where you can bring completed packets to the school so you can register your child for kindergarten. On March 29th, which is a Monday, from 3:30 to 4:30, Nurse Betsy and myself and Ms. Lazat will be in the lobby. We'll be receiving packets and going over anything that you might need to follow up with. And the same evening later on from 5:30 to 6:30 on March 29th, we'll still be in there in the lobby. You can come in and drop off packets. Packets will be available to be picked up in the middle of February. We're going to be sending the dates out. Once those are ready, you can come to the school lobby and we're going to have the packets in a bin. You'll be able to take a packet home with you, fill it out, and then bring it back to us on March 29th. When you are returning the packet, you're going to want to make sure that the packet includes a birth certificate, a copy of a proof of residency, which means a deed, a lease, utility bill, and then some specific health records and info. There'll be a checklist in the folder that you'll be able to look at as you can start to prepare to gather all of those important documents. So there are going to be kindergarten screening at the end of the school year. Right now, the dates are tentatively set as June 14th and 15th. Those are subject to change based on if we have snow days. But you are going to receive an email from a sign-up genius. You'll sign up for a screening time, and you're going to bring your child in to be screened for kindergarten. They're going to be screened by the teachers that you see before you, and some also some additional staffs and paras, and they'll be being screened for things like speech, fine and gross motor skills, language development. All of those things will be assessed. So bus transportation is available to and from school. The bus routes and stops are published late in August. They're published on our district website. An adult must be at the stop to receive the child. If an adult's not there, the bus brings the child back to the school. Kindergarten students are usually assigned to the bus seats in the front, and parent pickup is also available if you choose to drop off and pick up. All students who will ride the bus must register for a bus pass through Family ID. There is a $150 per student cost with a $600 cap for families, and that's if you live less than 2 miles from the school. A waiver for the bus fee is available for students who receive free and reduced lunch and for those who live more than 2 miles from the school. And those free and reduced lunch forms can be filled out online. We have a very active PTO here at Campbell School. They do many activities throughout the year. They do some fundraising things. They have family events. They have community events. They put on shows throughout the whole school year for our students. The funds that they raise help pay for field trips and materials in the classroom, materials for recess. So joining the PTO is a great way to become really involved in your child's education. So there are some other ways that you can get involved. You can come to the school events. We're going to be having school events throughout the year, and attending those is a great way to get more information and participate. Volunteering at the school, the kindergarten teachers love to have parents come in and help out. Again, joining the PTO, sharing your talents. If there's something special that you do that you think might benefit the school, don't hesitate to reach out to me or one of the teachers. Let us know, because we might use those skills. And then you can also help from home. In the past, we've sent home things to have parents cut out or collate, things like that. So that's something you can arrange with your child's teacher. And I'm going to hand this over to the kindergarten teachers as they begin to talk about a day in the life.
Hi, this is Mr. Corpo here, and I'll be talking about arrival. So every morning, the students either come off the bus, or if they are parent drop-off, they come in through the kindergarten door, which is between the classrooms B2 and B3. And they have some jobs to do. They become independent when they arrive to school. The first 2 weeks we help them, and we teach the students how to unpack, but then after that, they do it themselves. They take out their homework, they make a lunch choice, they hang up their coat and hats, they hang up their backpacks, and we try to make it as independent as possible throughout the year. We have a morning meeting that includes calendar time and sometimes our lesson for the day. This becomes a very interactive activity. The students learn a lot about math, they count, they learn how to count by 5s, 10s, even 2s sometimes too. It's amazing. They learn the date, they learn how to read a graph. It is a very important time of our day. We also have learning centers. So after we teach our lesson for the day, we have learning centers where the students are at certain tables and they are working on either a writing activity or a math activity. Sometimes it's an art activity. And this is where we love to have parent volunteers help at our centers, especially our art centers. We love to have parent volunteers help at our art centers each year. We also have reading and writing workshop where we teach the students how to read and write, and Ms. Hogue will go over that in just a few minutes.
Okay, lunch. We go to the cafeteria every day for lunch. Your child has the opportunity to purchase a lunch or bring their own lunch. There's also a peanut-free table should your child have any allergies. And there's also going to be information going home regarding school bucks. It's an account that you can put money into, and your child just enters in their ID, and the amount is taken from that account rather than bringing money in daily. It's a lot easier, especially with the littles, because they tend to lose things. If you do send in lunch money or any snack money, please make sure that it's in a Ziploc bag and it's labeled with your child's name. And recess, we go out for recess every day, providing the temperature is above 32 degrees. So please make sure you dress your child in layers: coat, jacket, hat, scarf, mittens, gloves. Because like I said, we go out every day providing that the temperature is above 32 degrees.
Every day, your kid is going to have an opportunity to go to a special class. Our specials are gym, art, music, technology, and library. So they'll get a chance to meet those specialist teachers and to visit their classrooms for some fun activities.
The snack time is a 10 to 15-ish minute period of time during the day, either at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, depending on the teacher. It's a chance for them to pick a seat, talk to their friends, get to know their friends, talk about things they like. They can bring any snack from home unless the child in the class has a peanut allergy or a different type of allergy, but you'll be notified at the beginning of the year whether or not what snacks you can bring and what you can't bring. And then free choice. So every day we give the children an opportunity to make a free choice. We have different centers such as block area, kitchen, art center, sand table or sensory table, math center, science center, library, or puzzles. And only a certain amount of children are allowed at each center, so they kind of learn how to manage their time and whether if they can play there or not, and if they need to wait their turn.
So getting ready for kindergarten, these are a few things that you can do in the meantime from now until September. So read lots and lots and lots of books. They learn so many different vocabulary words, and they learn a lot of background information by reading books. You reading to them, and even if your student is ready to read books, they can read books as well. Identify letters of the alphabet. You can do letter activities, recognize, spell, and write your child's first name. Count to 20, practice rhyming by listening to stories, listening to books, or songs and poems. Practice using scissors, markers, crayons, and glue sticks appropriately. And practice self-help skills like zipping up your coat and opening your snacks. We don't look for kindergartners to tie their own shoes, but it's a benefit if we see that. So Ms. Hogue will be talking about reading and writing workshop.
Thank you, Mr. Corpo. Okay, so our reading and writing workshop, the workshop model is an opportunity where the teachers have the kids join us and we do a mini lesson. Then there's also an opportunity for the kids to try out a new reading or writing skill. And then we often come back in to share what the child worked on. So for reading workshop, we do a lot of interactive read alouds. We also do shared reading, often down as a whole group on the rug. The kids also have an opportunity to go off and do some independent reading or partner reading to practice those reading skills. Writers workshop looks similar. So we all gather for a mini lesson. We learn a new writing skill or a new writing topic. We use a lot of mentor texts, examples of writing. The kids get familiar with the different authors and different styles of writing that we look through. And we just practice writing every day. The kids have a choice in writing. We have a couple different writing units that we do in kindergarten. We start off the year just writing. We just want them to have a love of writing. As we move into narrative writing, then how to and information writing, and we end off the year with a unit on persuasive writing. During writing times, again, we stress that the children are independent. They are using what they know from the mini lesson or from past lessons, and the teacher or the teacher and the para will often visit around with the students to conference and see where different students are at. Again, we come back after our writing time for our sharing part of our workshop. This is often a fan favorite, at least I've noticed in kindergarten, and the children get to share their writing pieces, what they worked on that day. So our Foundations program as well. This is our phonics program. Foundations is a direct systematic teaching of letters and letter sounds. That's what we stress for a good first half of the year at least. And then we also focus a lot on letter formation. So your child will be learning how to write lowercase letters as well as uppercase letters. And as the year progresses, we take that a bit further. We start blending and segmenting letter sounds, putting them together to read words, and building your kiddo into an independent reader and writer.
I'm going to discuss with you medical records and information that is necessary for the kindergarten registration. This is what do you need to bring to registration. There needs to be a complete immunization record, which on the next slide, I'll discuss what those vaccinations are. There needs to be an up-to-date physical exam within 12 months of start of school. Which is the most recent. So say the student, the kindergartner is starting in September of 21, then the physical exam can go back to September 2020. Same thing with the vision screening. It has to be performed within the 12 months of the start of school. If there is a field vision screening, then an optometrist needs to provide the actual screening and what the follow-up will be. We need a lead level test with the date and the results on it. Those all need to be present at the registration. In the kindergarten registration packet, you'll find a medical history questionnaire and a student health and medical information form that also will need to be filled out and brought that day. These are the required immunizations. There's 5 doses of DTaP, 4 doses of polio, 3 doses of the Hep B, 2 doses of MMR, and 2 doses of the varicella. All of this you would get from the student's pediatrician. They will provide you with the complete immunization records, the physical exam. You want to make sure that the student's height, weight, and blood pressure is on that physical exam. The vision screening, although it's not mandated by the state, it is recommended that they have a hearing screening also, the lead level, and then the TB risk assessment. That is not an actual TB test. They just ask some questions to determine the risk assessment. Medical conditions, if there are any medical conditions, medications needed to be provided during the school day, or health concerns pertaining to the child, you want to reach out to me prior to the start of school, because there's a lot of information that we need to go over. We need to receive physician documentation. We want to set up healthcare plans, emergency action plans, things like that. So you definitely want to reach out to me so that we can get that all established prior to the first day of school. Medications, the district has policies on that. All medications that are going to be provided during the school day must have physician orders, assigned parental consent, and they must be provided to the nurse in a prescription labeled container or over-the-counter container. This includes but not limited to all of the daily medications, any as-needed medications, over-the-counter medications such as Tylenol, Tums, Lactaid. No medications will be accepted loose in sandwich bags, envelopes, tissues, etc. It will not be given without the proper documentation. You can get a medication permission packet picked up when you pick up the kindergarten registration packet. There's also some located here in my health office, or they can be found on the Dracut Public Schools website under health services. These are just some guidelines for keeping students home. I won't go through the whole thing. Children must remain home if they have any of the following: a contagious illness, such as chickenpox, the flu, skin rash, skin condition, fevers. Fever for the school policies, it's a temperature over 100.4. Vomiting, diarrhea, red or pink eyes, head lice. Okay, I guess I am going through the whole list, sorry. When can a child return to school? A child must be fever-free without medication for 24 hours. A child must be symptom-free for 24 hours. A child with a diagnosis of strep throat, impetigo, or other illnesses requiring an antibiotic, they must be on that antibiotic for 24 hours prior to returning to school. I just wanted to say real quick too also that to ensure that there's a smooth transition for your child in a positive first school experience, there will be a welcome packet from me with important health related information with the kindergarten registration packet. So please review that packet. And then when we do our Q&A, I'll be able to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So that concludes our Campbell School Kindergarten orientation video. We were happy that you got to watch it, and obviously we'll be providing more information as we get close to the start of kindergarten. Have a great day.